So the important thing to remember when specifically applying for Chase cards is the 524 rule. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this rule, it basically states that if you've been approved for more than 5 cards in the past 24 months, that Chase is going to automatically deny you for a new Chase card. That's why on this channel, I usually recommend that if you're just starting out your credit card journey, that you try to get all of your Chase cards out of the way first. That way you don't have to worry about this stupid rule. So now I wanted to talk a little bit about my absolute favorite card in my setup since getting it a little bit over a year ago, and that would be the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now first, I'm going to talk about what this card actually offers, and then I'm going to talk about why I love it so much. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this card, it's a no annual fee card offered by Chase that offers 5% back on travel when you book through the Chase Travel Portal, 3% back at restaurants and drugstores, and 1.5% back on everything else in the form of Chase Ultimate Rewards points. Now that last part is going to be important later in the video, so make sure you keep that in mind. On top of all that, this card also offers other perks such as purchase protection, extended warranties, trip insurance, auto insurance, just to name a few. And for those of you who are thinking about getting this card right now, currently they're offering a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening the card. And on top of that, you'll get 5% back at grocery stores for the entire first year. If for some reason you're unable to find this offer, it's usually because you already have other Chase cards. And if that's the case, you can try using something like an incognito browser, which usually works best for me. Now, from the data that I've seen, it's recommended to have at least a 670 credit score or higher before applying for this card. Now, if you're still below that or you're having trouble building your credit score, I recommend starting with something a little bit more beginner friendly, like the Discover It card. I did a full review of that card on my channel, and I'll leave a link for that video down in the description below. Now, for me personally, I really do think that this is an absolutely fantastic card. I occasionally use it for the 5% back on travel or the 3% back at restaurants and drugstores, but where it really shines in my current credit card setup is that 1.5% back on everything else category. Now, some of you may be wondering what's so special about that. It's only 1.5% back, and there are other cards out there that earn 2% back, like the Citi Double Cash or the Wells Fargo Active Cash, to name a few. And to answer that, it's like I said earlier, it's because this card earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points. With Chase Ultimate Rewards points, there are at least 2 different ways which you can increase their value, which I'm about to go over now. Now let's look at this in terms of dollars. So with something like the Citi Double Cash, where you're earning 2% back, you're basically earning $2 on every 100 spent. But with the Freedom Unlimited, you're earning 1.5% back, which is basically $1.50 for every 100 spent. Now that doesn't make any sense, right? Because with the Citi Double Cash, you're earning $2 for every 100 spent, but with the Freedom Unlimited, you're only earning $1.50. However, when you take the points from your Freedom Unlimited and you combine them with something like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get a 25% boost on your points. So instead of earning 1.5% back, you're really earning 1.875% back, which means that instead of $1.50 for every $100 that you spend, you're earning basically $1.87 or $1.88 for every $100 spent. Now I realize that that's still less than the Citi Double Cash, which earns 2% or $2 on every 100. However, with Chase Ultimate Rewards points, where they really start to shine is when you transfer them out to travel partners. And when you do this, you're looking to get at minimum a 2 times return on your points. Therefore, every single time I use this card, I look at it as getting 3.75% back or $3.75 on every $100 I spend after you factor in the 25% boost when you transfer them to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and you add in the 2 times value when you decide to transfer them out to travel partners. Now, I want to emphasize here that this card is really only going to be good for those of you who really plan on diving into this credit card game and using your points to transfer out to travel partners instead of just redeeming for cash back. Because for those of you who just transfer your points straight to your bank or use them as a statement credit, you might not be able to see the full value that this card really offers. Something like the Citi Double Cash that just earns that straight 2% back, which you can transfer to your bank or use as a statement credit, might be the better option for you. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what type of person you are and how you plan to use your points. Which is why for someone like me, I really value this card much more highly than the other cards that I mentioned earlier in this category, like the Citi Double Cash or the Wells Fargo Active Cash that just earn that flat 2%. I really see the value or the potential that can be earned from this card, and I don't mind doing the extra step or two to really get that extra value out of it. If you guys had any other questions about this card that I didn't cover in this video, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I do post weekly content, but as always, I will see you guys in the next video.